Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice to get you through the long night. Okay, House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon. So House of the Dragon is filming right now, and you know people be nosy as fuck. I wouldn't even say they're nosy. Honestly, they're not nosy. It's just an exciting time for fans of the Westeros universe. And we got some leaks, like filming pictures and shit like that. So in this video, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to explain the what's what, the who's who, and all of the juice. So let's get into the pictures. So we have the first picture, the first group of pictures actually, and this is young Laenor Velaryon and Rhaenyra Targaryen. And y'all, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? It's giving very much Spirit Halloween, very much Party City. Like, I love the concept of Velaryons with silver dreads, but like this execution, it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, Corlys's dreads look amazing, but this is giving very much anxiety. Yes, it's giving me anxiety. Anyway, Laenor Velaryon is Rhaenyra Targaryen's husband. Laenor Velaryon is the son of Corlys Velaryon. I did a whole video on Rhaenyra Targaryen. I'm gonna do one on Laenor, but I go over all of that shit in the video. Check it out. I also want to say that this dress looks like this is not Targaryen royalty, and yeah, I just don't love it. But I do think that Laenor's costume looks really good. So let's get into the other pictures. So we have a beach scene, there's luggage, and the costumes are really what stands out. So the costumes are giving very much Essos. This is Essos looking attire. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is likely the Triarchy, which has me super fucking excited. Yes. So you might be saying, you know, Gray, I didn't read the books. What the fuck is the Triarchy? So the Triarchy is an alliance of the free cities. It was sometimes referred to as the Three Daughters of Valyria. So on the very western shore of Essos is Myr, Lys, and Tyrosh. There's also this area called the Disputed Lands. And the Volantis was like trying to claim the Disputed Lands, but Myr, Lys, and Tyrosh like pulled together and formed the Triarchy. And basically told Volantis to kick fucking rocks and blow bubbles. So after the Triarchy formed their alliance and defeated Volantis, they then raided the Stepstones, which is these islands, these little islands that are between Essos and Westeros. So they raided the Stepstones and they wiped it clean. So all this happened in 96 AC, which is when Jaehaerys was king of Westeros. And Jaehaerys approved of what the Triarchy was doing because with the pirates all removed from the Stepstones, trade routes were safer, at least at first. But then greed, baby, like greed is a nasty beast. So the Triarchy got greedy as fuck and they started to toll ships higher than Walder Frey told Robb Stark to pass his fucking raggedy ass bridge. So they were tolling people to pass through the Stepstones, very greedy on some greedy shit. Now the reason I'm so excited that the Triarchy is included is because Daemon Targaryen, one of my favorites, and Corlys Velaryon, another favorite, actually go to war with the Triarchy before the events of Dance of Dragons. I won't give like every detail about what happened during the War of the Stepstones. I'll just say Corlys ended up crowning Daemon the king of the Stepstones and the Narrow Sea. So Daemon is an enemy of the Triarchy because Daemon wrecked them, basically like wrecked them with his dragon. So during the Dance of Dragons, because they don't fucking like Daemon, Sir Otto Hightower, spineless bastard bitch that he is, reached out to the Triarchy and formed an alliance with them, and the Triarchy backed the Greens during the dance. And the Triarchy are responsible for one of the biggest and bloodiest sea battles ever fought, the Battle of the Gullet. So this picture here looks more of like the Triarchy, but these bluish color shirts look like House Velaryon. So this could be some type of battle aftermath of the war on the Stepstones. It could be the Battle of the Gullet, but I doubt it's the Battle of the Gullet. Like, it's way too early for the Battle of the Gullet. If this is the Battle of the Gullet, then this pacing is gonna be crazy, because the Battle of the Gullet don't take place like for a while. Like, it takes place kind of deep into the Dance of Dragons. So there have been like mixed reports when it comes to where this is starting at, like where the show is starting at. Is it starting at Laena's funeral, Laena's death, before Laena's death, like when Daemon was warring in the Stepstones? Like, when is it going to start? George told us to read The Rogue Prince, which makes me believe they're going to tell Daemon's backstory. And honestly, I think to build Daemon's character up and show the straight up animosity between Daemon and Otto, and just like like Daemon is one of the biggest characters in this story. Like, they need to tell his story, the early parts of his story, at least some of it. Like, Lady Misery was casted, so I have high hopes that they are telling Daemon's story. And as like we see more pictures come out of filming, it does look like they're telling Daemon's story. And this picture specifically makes me think they're telling Daemon's story, because we got the picture of what looks to be Daemon Targaryen and Corlys Velaryon during a war council. So it definitely looks like we're getting the War of the Stepstones, and I am super fucking excited. There's also this picture of two of Rhaenyra's children, Jacaerys and Lucaerys. So they look about the age they would be during the actual Dance of Dragons, and I was like, what? But I also do think it's possible that they're just aged up for television, and they will be even older when the actual dance starts. Because HBO aged up like every single Game of Thrones character. Like, Dany was like 12 and Ned Stark was only like 30. And HBO aged them up. I do not want this show to be like some everything that happens in a year takes place in one episode type of series. And I'm really hoping that's not the case. I don't think that's the case, to be honest. Also pictured with Luke and Jace is the queen who never was, Rhaenys Velaryon, which would be their grandmother, Corlys Velaryon's wife. She is the granddaughter of King Jaehaerys and Queen Alicent, daughter of their first son, Aemon Targaryen, and his wife, Jocelyn Baratheon. We also got some other photos. We got what looks like some Targaryen guards. I'm really liking the armor. This to me looks to be Dragonstone, but it could very possibly be Driftmark. This photo reminded me of how Theon said, like, the Ironborn will tie you to posts at low tide and you drown when high tide comes in. There is also pictures of Laenor and his secret lover, Joffrey. That wig is fucking awful. Like, this is, like, hopefully they can do something in Photoshop with that, because that just, it looks like a wig. Like, look at Corlys's dreads and look at this shit. There is also some more battle or aftermath scenes. It looks like charred bones on a wagon. This guy stood out to me because of his clothes, but also because he has a dragon glass dagger. Like, why does he have a dragon glass dagger? Are they going to include like some White Walker shit, or maybe Children of the Forest stuff? Because a dragon glass dagger during the dance makes no sense unless he read somewhere in some book or got some prophecy that dragon glass kills dragons, which, honey, give it to me, because in A Song of Ice and Fire, Torrhen Stark's bastard brother Brandon, he's making these 3 weirwood arrows, like weirwood bows, and then Aegon has 3 dragons. So the belief is that he was making those arrows to kill the dragons. And I've had a theory that the dragon glass arrowheads Bran got from Maester Luwin, he was going to attach to said weirwood arrows and either kill White Walkers or dragons. So if they are going to play around with that idea, I love the thought. Even if it's just some quick side conversation and the dude ends up getting roasted by a dragon, it would be funny to see this guy like just try to kill a dragon with that little obsidian paring knife. There was also some pictures of Daemon. There were just pictures being dropped left and right. If you don't follow me on Twitter or Insta, I suggest that you do, because I share them with my thoughts as I see them. But anyway, House of the Dragon will be out in 2022, and I cannot wait. I'll update you guys as more info comes in, and in the meantime, you can check out my House of the Dragon playlist that goes over events and characters that will be featured in the House of the Dragon. It contains about 13 videos right now, and I'm still still adding to it. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Sweet Summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.